Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
Good to have you along on this terrific Tuesday morning. A little foggy out there. Visibility may be an issue, so please drive with care. Before we forget, a happy birthday to Kim Blackburn and Scott Briggs. And usually when we wish somebody a happy birthday that I would normally forget that. It's a little reminder from my wife on a sticky note.
Yeah, that's good.
I did see Scott yesterday and wish him a early happy birthday. So happy birthday, Scott Briggs and Kim Blackburn. Oh, that darn cricket.
Oh, man. Just won't go. Oh, there it stopped. So to celebrate Scott's birthday, are we're gonna go back to the days of the prairie on KBBN? Sorry, you told me this story a while back about Scott when we were the prairie. And,
yes,
that just it still makes me chuckle to this day.
Well, it was one of those situations where I went to a seminar, or it was, I think, at the Nebraska Broadcasters, and they had these ideas on branding your station.
Uh-huh.
And we never, at that time, really had a brand. It was just KBBN 98.3.
Right, yes.
And so I thought, well, I better get with the times. We better have a brand. And we were thinking about, different ways of presenting music. And so I found this format, and we named it The Prairie. And I never heard the end of it. All the FM listeners, dedicated FM listeners like Scott Briggs and many others, let me know they didn't really like The Prairie.
That still makes me chuckle. And if I remember right, that was when we even had a mascot.
Yes.
Because we had Magnolia,
yes,
who was associated with the prairie and was our mascot, Magnolia the goat.
She was the goat.
Uh-huh.
And she was in parades, and T-shirts had her image on them.
Wonder if do you still have a T-shirt?
I have
with,
one. I
with
think
Magnolia?
I have one left, I think.
Yeah, I don't think I have. I mean, I had a couple when we were in that time period, but I don't think I saved any.
Well,
mainly because they probably weren't savable for me. I wore them a lot.
Yeah, they were comfortable. Those were some experiments that didn't work out, but we had fun with Magnolia, though.
We did.
We did have
Yes.
a lot of fun with her, and especially when we'd look out the front and she'd be on the top of Tom's car.
Yes.
That was always fun.
And then Tom Hilkemeyer would go out and try to politely ask Magnolia to get off of his car.
Yeah, it didn't really work very well either. But those were some good memories. And
They
yes,
were great memories.
There was a, 6-month period that KBBN was the prairie. And every time I'd see people, they'd go, "Hey, Dave, how's things out at the prairie?" So today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to celebrate some of the time period that we've been celebrating on the rock side, on the country side.
Ah, good.
Gosh, what?
Right.
Oh,
Whoa.
it's a KCNI KBBN screwdriver from years ago.
Oh, my goodness. Now, that is the first one of those I have ever seen. I did not know that those even existed.
Yeah, this is KBBN FM 98.
Uh-huh.
I was working on a little wind chime out on the back porch last night, and I had to spread a little bit of a clip, and wait a minute, I fell asleep on the couch last night in my pants with my Levi's on. And I slept until 3 o'clock this morning on the couch with a screwdriver in my back pocket.
Why? Glad you weren't seriously injured.
I could have been stabbed. And I just...
Hey, those little screwdrivers, man, those are awesome. And they've got the little clip on them to where you can just put them in your shirt pocket, just like a pen.
Yeah.
They come in handy. Those are nice.
Yeah.
Does it have the little magnet on the end of it?
No.
Some of them had those.
This was a little bit of a cheaper model.
Oh.
But the end of it, as you can see, is twisted a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like it's been used a few times.
Yeah, I used it quite a bit, but I didn't know it was in my back pocket when I went to sleep.
Yikes. Well, I'm
That's what I get
glad you're okay.
That's what I get for watching the Phillies. The Mariners. Phillies go off to a 6-run lead right away.
Yeah.
And then they're having problems with once their starters are done, having trouble holding their leads.
Oh, the Phillies are?
It seems like it.
Yeah.
So that's what the announcers were saying. They were
I
Philly
see.
announcers, so you really got the details on it.
Yeah.
And then I was watching Little League going back and forth, and I must have fell asleep with a screwdriver in my pocket.
Well.
That could have been bad.
Yes. Glad you're okay.
It's weird we're talking about FM 98 back when it was the Prairie, and I have an FM 98 screwdriver in my pocket.
So when we switched to 95.3 FM, for you especially, I mean, it was always 98.3, especially for you.
Yeah.
Did it take you a while to kind of be able to
Get used to it?
Get yourself to always say 95.3 FM?
Yeah, because 98.3 had a ring to it, and you said it a lot. But it was an improvement. We went up dramatically in power output, and we were moved to a new location up on the west table up there on that nice high plateau. And so it was all good as far as helping our customers advertise better and us reach out to more people. But it was a little hard. And geez, when I first started, 98.3 was only 2,500 watts.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that low when it first started.
When it first came on, and we jumped up to, I can't remember what it was from that. And then when we moved to the west table and become 95.3, then we went up to what the FCC would allow us, which is a 30,000 watt output, and the height there is so wonderful. We get really great reach for the power that we put out, so we're very, very fortunate that way. And thanks to Custer Public Power cooperating with us, and thanks to a radio guy who walked in my office back in the trailer house one day and said, "Hi, my name's blah, 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 blah from a cook, and I'm going to make you move your transmitter and tower.
I'm taking your frequency."
Because we need your frequency. I said, "You can't do that." I called my broadcast lawyer, and he explained to me, "Oh, yes, they can. They have to help pay for some of it, but they can do that." And I thought once you got your frequency, it was all yours forever. But I learned a lesson there.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be good.
It did, yes.
So I don't know how we got on this rabbit
yeah,
hole,
I
but
don't-
anyway, we got a lot of things going on here
Okay.
today. We got some great guests coming in as usual, and we have the menus for the schools. We have lots of live reads because of the cruise this Thursday. We'll be talking about all through the show, and other great businesses that are participating with us or giving some discounts. We'll be telling you all about that. We have guests coming in, so let's get going on the school lunch menus and get off old anxiety here, get off the past memories and talk about what's memories we're going to make today. So memories today made around the lunch table at Anselmo Myrna will be, let's see, the menu is loaded hash browns made fresh with biscuits along with a cheeseburger.
All right, Cozad today. I think I misread this yesterday. They're starting school today, so here's Cozad's menu. Chicken nachos with white queso with cowboy beans, cheeseburger, and pizza bar. Some of the things on the menu today at Cozad.
The Arnold School featuring tacos, fruit, vegetables, and milk.
Sandhills School in Dunning, tater tot casserole on the menu today at Sandhills.
At Thedford, chicken salad sandwiches.
Gothenburg today, made fresh loaded hash browns with biscuit, cheeseburger, the grill station combos, a hot dog basket, also made fresh sausage pizza, and fresh baked Italian turkey sub, just some of the choices at Gothenburg today.
Today at Loop City, taco or chicken fajitas.
Arcadia today, chicken fried steak at Arcadia.
Fried steak. Ansley, corn dogs, mac and cheese, and veggies.
All right, and at Callaway today, tater tot casserole at Callaway School.
We got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. Litchfield, today it's scallop potatoes, chocolate chip bar. And at SEM today, nachos, fruit, vegetables, and milk. And at the Prairie Pioneer Center, today on this Tuesday, barbecued meatballs, cheesy hash browns, carrots, and fruit. Call them at 872-6121 if you're bringing a guest or if you'd like to set up delivery, 872-6121. Well, I got to play another country song to get that last one out of our head. But we don't have to do that because Errol Seed is here.
Oh, good.
Come on in.
Come on in, guys.
Come on in, guys. We'll play the game real quick, see if we can give $5 to the Inclusive Playground. And what's the question? We're still on the rock and roll trivia?
We are, yeah. We're testing your knowledge on rock lyrics. So we're going to give you a line of a song, and then you tell us what the song is and who sang it. Okay?
All right.
And I'm sorry, I'm just going to sing this.
Oh, no.
Thunder only happens when it's raining. Yeah? But
Guys from Errol Seed, I'm sorry.
yes.
Brent can't help himself.
I can't. But, all right, here's the line to the song. Thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. What song is it? Who sings it? Is it Dire Straits, Walk of Life, Fleetwood Mac, Dreams, Steely Dan, Reelin' in the Years, or Jethro Tull, A New Day, Yesterday? If you know the answer, call us at 872-2801.
And if you answer correctly, you'll make a donation to the Inclusive Playground Fund.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show with Dave and Brent.
Summertime means busy nights and not exactly knowing what you're going to have for dinner, let alone when you're going to have it. That's where the Tumbleweed Cafe's take and bake casseroles come in. Swing through and pick one up. Give it some heat and you're good to go. Need to start your morning right? Drive through for breakfast. Quick, easy, and delicious. To relax at the end of a busy day, visit Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill inside the Tumbleweed Building in Broken Bow. Open every night at 5 until 10 or when Carmen walks out the door.
We have, I believe, Linda on the line. Is that you, Linda?
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. All right. I hope Brent doesn't have to sing this again, but here's your question.
Okay, Linda, here's the line from the song. Thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. I can't help myself. What song is it? Is it Dire Straits, Walk of Life, Fleetwood Mac, Dreams, Steely Dan, Reelin' in the Years, or Jethro Tull, A New Day, Yesterday?
Fleetwood Mac, Dreams.
Hey, you got it. It is Fleetwood Mac, Dreams. And because you've answered correctly, going to make a nice little donation on your behalf to the Inclusive Playground Project at North Park Elementary School. And I think we've got, normally on Tuesday we do Tumbleweed. So we'll get a certificate from Tumbleweed and one of the things that they offer, and we'll encourage you to come on out and see us when you can.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Okay, we got all of our duties taken care of except one of our best ones, and that's talking to the guys at Arrow Seed.
All right.
How you doing, guys?
Awesome.
Good.
How are you guys?
We're good. We're good. I sorry, you have to come more often because I'm old and I can't remember your first name.
Trevor.
Trevor. Now, you're the one my wife talked about.
Is that good?
Yeah. she's you want to know who that new, tall, good-looking, handsome guy was in the store? You must have been in the store. My wife was there.
I bet she wasn't talking about me.
I think she was.
She was talking about probably Devin,
Andre?
maybe.
Yeah, it's probably Devin.
Well, that kind of narrows it down.
Well, it could be Andre.
Well, it could be, but probably not. I appreciate your compliment, though.
Sure, yeah, she was.
Yeah.
She was. That's what she said. I don't know. I said, well, maybe. I hope she's not having a fling with an Arrow Seed man.
Anywho.
Yeah. Moving right along.
Yeah.
So how you guys been? All kidding aside.
Been good.
Been
Yeah,
busy?
good.
Jump
We've been
on
busy.
fall. Yeah.
Yeah, we sent Owen off to school, so it's been a heck of a lot quieter now in the office. And that's kind of an inside joke if anybody knows Owen. He's a quiet guy.
Man, a few words.
Man, and where is he headed? What type
He's
of
going.
school?
Yeah, he's going to UNL. He just recently changed his major over to
that's
agronomy. Yeah, so we're excited for him.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yep.
Yeah, we talked about that last time, and it's kind of cool that working with you guys and Arrow Seed got him interested to further his education in that area.
Well, we're assuming we had some influence on him, but no,
hope so.
He was excited about it. He was always studying books and stuff like that. So he's like, "Rock on, man."
Good.
Yeah.
Good. So this is the 19th of August already. My goodness. We're looking towards the end of summer, going into fall. A few pivots are making some last rounds, and some hay still going up. I think some probably pretty good hay out there.
You would have to think so, even if it was irrigated. That non-irrigated stuff's got to look pretty darn good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The corn looks good. When that comes out and we get later into the fall, then cover crops come into play, right?
Yeah, actually, we're pumping out a lot of cover crops right now, and it's kind of more of a timing deal, whether they just want to do some soil building or maybe even some grazing yet this fall, or kind of plan it for next spring for some grazing too. But you know, there's a mix for everybody, and there's a lot of different preferences out there that we can meet, definitely.
Well, maybe that's something, Trevor, we should talk about a little bit more, is you are a custom seed sales, so you can fit it to the ideas and needs that the producers have, and everybody has a little bit different soil, different locations and so forth, and an idea of what they kind of want, so it just isn't one size fits all bag of seed, which you guys can do.
Yeah, I mean we've put pretty basic cover crops out there. Folks who just want to graze something, to some pretty custom blends. I mean, probably the most unique one I've seen is a guy who did some cover crops for where he's going to put his pumpkin patch, and he wanted all sorts of things to attract pollinators and stuff. We had to do a little shopping around to find the right seed, but we found it. But unique, yeah.
That's pretty cool to be able to fill that need. Yeah. Must be a pretty good sized pumpkin patch.
Yeah. I think it was in the eastern part of the state. We shipped it over to him, but yeah.
Yeah. How much area are you guys covering with your sales for seed? I know you're kind of hooked together, but from Arrow Seed, how far do the trucks usually go out?
We don't get much past like York, Nebraska, east.
Okay.
But we get into South Dakota, Colorado. I mean, kind of out to Scotts Bluff, into central Kansas. So
Yeah.
Man, that's a wide area.
it's a pretty good
And it's
area.
unique because we have a dealer network that we work with. A lot of great people out there pushing our seed and meeting the needs of local people, so those guys don't have to drive all the way to here. And
Yeah.
it really works well.
Yeah. So they don't have to drive all the way here, and in some cases it can be picked up
Yep, absolutely.
there, and
So we're putting Arrow Seed in local communities,
yeah,
outside of here,
it's a good model, good plan.
yeah.
I think communities. I know this one appreciates that you're kind of concerned about local service, which is so important these days with
True.
all the options out there to purchase things online and all of that sort of thing. And it's nice to be thinking about local. So we appreciate that. So yards, you notice I'm trying to keep this one from turning brown out here. Don't have an underground water system, so I'm running the sprinkler here and there. And I know you're supposed to water in the maybe early morning hours before sun comes up and a little while afterwards. So I didn't start it till, I'll just confess, till about 6:30. So.
Oh, Dave. Oh. No, that's okay. No, that's a good practice to do. Just you don't want to put that lawn to bed dry. Yeah, it's those cool. I mean, those warm, moist evenings have been wreaking havoc on a lot of lawns, and we've unfortunately, you hate to see it as a curative measure with the fungicides to kind of catch up and get rid of those brown spots, but it happens, and a year like this, it's going to be expected. Yeah.
Oh, guys, when do we kind of decide that it's the time of year where the grass is going to turn brown at a certain point in this season as to when it's needing more water? Are we there yet? Is it? It's kind of natural in the late summer and fall for the green to go away a little bit.
Yeah, but also you're going to have those cooler days. You're going to have those cooler nights, and hopefully that humidity is going to start dropping. As a trend. So you're going to have a lot more. Actually, you're probably going to have your grass a little bit greener because those cool season grasses, that's what they are. They are cool season. They love that cool weather. So it's going to start. They're going to start bouncing back up. Unless we start, getting some really, really dry weather. But
yeah, we should be all right.
Yeah.
What applications are you recommending right now for the lawns, the kind of with your STEP program?
Well, we'll be coming up pretty soon, a couple weeks, with our 4th step, and that's just a general fertilizer with a little bit of herbicide, I believe, for those late summer weeds that are going to start popping up. But now, even if it wasn't that, the STEP program, just a light general fertilizer with maybe some slow release in it to kind of help it feed over time, and you might want to be working on a little bit of weeds in the fall. Mm-hmm. A lot of weeds actually germinate in the winter, in the fall time, then they overwinter, and then they start popping up in the spring. So if you take care of them in the fall time, you'll have hopefully less incidence of those weeds in the spring. So timing is an important key here.
It's also very important, I think. Fall is a great time to plant a lawn. If yours is a disaster and you want to start over, or you have maybe a back lot that you've always wanted to turn into grass rather than a mix of weeds and so forth. But there is a timing on that as well, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And time is now. Anywhere from, second or third week of August into second or third week of September, you have that window to get the cool seasons in. That doesn't really necessarily include warm season grasses like buffalo grass. There's just not enough time for it to root down to survive a killing frost in the fall. So that can be dealt with, in the springtime.
Okay. All right. Are there any or I should say, how should I say this? Any fertilizer or pesticide applications that have been done recently that could make your planting fail?
Yes. So if you do plan on doing some new seeding, and say about second week of September, those little seedlings start coming up, you do want to avoid herbicides, and that's that can be a weed and feed type deal. Mm-hmm. Even a spray type post-emerge weed scenario. So yeah, you do want to avoid that. Also, there's quite a few people, it's not very well known, this method, but putting pre-emergent on in the fall actually helps a lot of those winter annuals from germinating. You do want to avoid that type of herbicide also. Yeah.
All right. Trevor, I tend to jump in and ask questions, and maybe I take you away from what you guys wanted to talk about today. Is there something that you wanted to highlight today, either one of you, that I didn't ask you about?
No, I was just here to bring Andre some company, so.
Yeah, we had a good chat on the way in here.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Little drive never hurts.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
What about specials in the store? I know that you guys have had big specials, like on your processing stuff as you're kind of getting it out. Just talk about some things going on in the store, special.
Yeah, with hunting season coming upon us, we've got a lot of jerky mixes and equipment as well. We'd like to move a lot of flashlights yet. Good time to think about some early Christmas buying, or whatever.
All those items are on sale.
All those items are on sale. Yeah, just come on in and do a little shopping and see what we got.
Great.
All right, very good. All right, well, I hate the word. Well, I don't hate the word Christmas, but I hate having it brought up at this time of year. But you're right. and I was told at another location, I think it was Varney Pharmacy the other day, that they have people that Christmas shop year round. They're looking for bargains all year round, so they don't have a big cost all at once at Christmas time. This is a great opportunity for what you guys have.
Yeah, it is perfect.
All right. Thanks, guys. Anything else?
No.
All right.
I think we're good.
Do you want us to come up with a commercial for you guys, the good-looking guys at Aeroseed type of thing, or?
I would just say the guys at Aeroseed.
Okay.
You don't need to, embellish it too much.
Well, I like something like Handsome Devils.
Okay, I like that. Go for it.
You guys are good sports. Thanks for coming in.
Appreciate it, guys.
And thanks for not telling any bad jokes today, too. That's been kind of...
Oh, I've been saving up. There's going to be a day that's just...
Oh, wow.
Unleash on you guys.
Okay.
Yeah. I know it's been hot.
Joke hour.
Well, I know it's been hot out, but, it's like a pig out in the desert that he's been baking.
Oh, here we go.
Hey, all right. Ba-dum-bum.
We'll
leave you with that.
We'll leave it at that. We'll take a time out. We'll come back with the news.
Your mornings sound better.
If you're driving in the car on the way to work, it just makes your day more enjoyable just listening to them.
The Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
Life moves at the speed of light. Don't let pain put you on pause. At Rise Rehab and Performance, we believe everyone deserves to feel their best without pain holding them back. Whether it's recovering from an injury, managing chronic pain, or just getting back to doing what you love, our expert team is here to help take the first steps toward healing. Personalized care, cutting-edge treatments, and results that speak for themselves. Rise Rehab and Performance. 872-5800. We rehab, you recover, then rise.
Broken Bow, it's time to cruise. Thursday, August 21st from 5 to 8 p.m., we're celebrating the brand new Smooth Road in Broken Bow. Grab your crew, shine up your car, and roll through town. While you're out, listen for special promotions from stores and restaurants on the square and all over Broken Bow. It's the perfect night to shop, dine, and cruise in style. Cruise the Bow, Thursday, August 21st, 5 to 8 p.m. Don't miss it.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Now that he's hosted a summit in Alaska and a meeting in the Oval Office, President Trump tells Fox it's time for the Russian and Ukrainian leaders to take the reins to work out an end to the war in Ukraine.
We're setting up a meeting. I sort of set it up with Putin and Zelensky. And, they're the ones that have to call the shots.
A Category 3 hurricane in the Atlantic is making swimming, surfing, and boating all dangerous along the East Coast. CBS meteorologist David Parkinson.
The big impact from this storm system is going to be waves and coastal erosion, as well as rip currents. So we have a rip current risk from Miami all the way up to New England this week, thanks to Hurricane Erin.
Flight attendants unions reached a tentative contract agreement with Air Canada in a 3-day-old strike that stranded passengers here in the U.S., like Jenny Phelps.
I'm from Vancouver. I came with my family here for a family vacation. And now we can't get home.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Vanity Fair calls BritBox a delicious streamer. Collider says everyone should be watching. Catch Britain's next best series with BritBox. Stream acclaimed new originals like Code of Silence.
You read lips, right?
And Linley, based on the best-selling mystery series.
Say hi, Linley. Take it from here.
And don't miss the new season of Karen Piri, coming this October.
You don't look like police. I'll take that as a compliment.
See it differently when you stream the best of British TV with BritBox. Watch with a free trial today.
Protect your home and auto by bundling them with Progressive, and you'll have a little less to worry about. But we know you'll find other things to worry about. Like that text you just got from your boss. Hey, call me when you get a sec. Hey, call me when you get a sec. Hey, call me when you get a sec. Oh, hey, call me when you get a sec. Yeah, this is bad. Oh, well, at least you protected your home and auto with Progressive, so you don't have to worry about that. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Here's a look at Nebraska news. In a story released by KSMB, Mary Lanning Healthcare in Hastings has once again been recognized as a center of excellence in minimally invasive gynecology. The re-accreditation awarded by the Surgical Review Corporation marks the fourth time the hospital has earned the honor, and Mary Lanning remains the only medical center in Nebraska with this designation. The program also recognized 3 surgeons at MLH as master surgeons. Dr. Tyler Adam, who serves as the medical director, along with Dr. Jill Fish and Dr. Paul Prankritz. Hospital leaders say the recognition highlights their staff's commitments to safe, state-of-the-art gynecologic procedures that help women heal faster and feel better sooner. This has been a Nebraska News Update. I'm Jack Simpson reporting for Central Nebraska's News Source.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
The Dodgers are still 2 games up on the Padres in the NL West standings. LA lost at Colorado, giving up a run in the bottom of the 9th. 4-3 for the Rockies, who've won 6 of 7. And then the Padres were beaten 4-3 at home by San Francisco. San Diego had a home run overturned early in the game due to fan interference. Cincinnati beat the Angels 4-1 in Anaheim. The Reds are now just 1 game out of the last NL wildcard behind the Mets. Baltimore won 6-3 at Boston. Winning pitcher Trevor Rogers is 6-2, ERA 1.41 for the Orioles. Pittsburgh down Toronto 5-2. Slugger for the Blue Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. left with hamstring tightness. Philadelphia got 2 home runs from Bryce Harper and beat Seattle 12-7. Detroit shut out Houston 10-0. Milwaukee 7-0 over the Cubs. Game 2 of the Twin Bill was rained out. And in an NFL exhibition, Cincinnati won 31-17 at Washington.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Becoming mainly sunny with fog and spots early. Today, with daytime highs approaching 90. Winds out of the southwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Lows level off around 64. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Mainly sunny skies. Tomorrow, daytime highs approaching 88. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Designed with pride, sold with integrity. That's Palmer Monument in Broken Bow. Their staff is trained to assist you in the decision-making process. You'll know you're getting a result built from the very best workmanship and the highest quality of materials at Palmer Monument, Broken Bow.
It is 5 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. Let's go outside and find out what it really feels and, in this case, looks like. What's it like out there, Jack?
Well, I was going to make a comment on the fog and how pretty dense it was, but it's kind of dispersing right now. Beautiful out, though. Beautiful 71 degrees outside, cloudy skies. Winds out of the west from 5 to 10 miles per hour. Barometric pressure at 3016, humidity at 96%. No rain in the last 24 hours. The precipitation for this month will stay 7300s. A high yesterday of 89, overnight low of 72. Sunrise today was at 6:52 and sunset today 8:31. I guess a construction update. I do see that they have a 1-lane road ahead sign up at the Berean Bible Church in that area. They're kind of putting up signs on this side of the road. So,
okay, just be prepared. I think when you come out this way for it to be in a different location, because as they bring the dirt in along the roadside, because I think that's what they're doing is building up those shoulders. They'll be changing the different 1 lanes as they work, so just be prepared. I guess, Jack, the main thing is I'm kind of seeing out the window here this morning where you're standing, and I see the traffic moving at a nice, easy pace, and that's what we really want to see out there.
Yep, it is. In fact, you're talking about dirt trucks are coming in with a few right now. So
okay, all right, lots of activity out here. Thanks, Jack.
You're welcome.
All right, that's what it feels and looks like. That's Jack Simpson, and he is Happy Jack on KCNI KBBN. Don't let falling behind on your spraying affect your yield. Now is the time to book fungicide and insecticide applications on corn and soybeans with Aero Aviation. Not only can you fight disease, but you can improve plant health at the same time, increasing yields. Easily control insects like grasshoppers, rootworms, beetles, and western bean cutworms with the help of Aero Aviation. Call Casey, Melissa, or Kim with Aero Aviation at 308-872-5113 to talk about your options.
If you bring kids to Bernie Pharmacy, their eyes will get big when they see the new items on the shelves. And here's a plus that you'll love.
They're great educational learning toys. For the little ones, classic pull-behind wooden toys and magnetic tractors, as well as chew-friendly books with crinkle pages. Books include listen, touch, and feel options, writing practice, baby's first Bible stories, and pick a flap options. For the older kids, pick up classics like Snakes and Ladders, Chess and Checkers, a crystal growing kit, or a tin can robot kit. It's all at Marty Pharmacy, downtown Broken Bow.
8:08 is your time. You're listening and or watching The Breakfast Show. And if you're watching, you already know that Dr. Jacobson is here from Click Family Healthcare. And we'll tell you on the radio, he's in the studio and looking sharp, my friend. My goodness, I'm going to embarrass you a little bit, but, you know, there's a lot of people that tell you how to make improvements and not make them themselves. And I don't know how much weight you've lost and how much conditioning you've done, but, man, you're looking sharp, man.
Thank you.
And that comes from practicing what you preach, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And, you know, it's really all about a lifestyle change of getting away from the ultra-processed foods, making sure I'm getting half my body weight in water of ounces a day, exercising 30 minutes 5 days a week, and, just being sensible about what I'm putting in my body.
Okay.
I'm down. I've lost 70 pounds so far.
70 pounds.
And it's been about almost 23 months when we started this.
And with that exercise, and it's not extreme, but with that exercise you're doing, you not only have lost some weight, you firm things up a little bit, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I typically will do 30, 35 minutes on my treadmill, and then a few days a week I'll lift just in my basement with some dumbbells and work both upper and lower body. And, you know, I really haven't lost a lot of weight over the last 3 or 4 months, but the proportions are changing in different places. So,
yeah, well, that's great. And when people come and talk to you about their health, then you can say, well, this is what worked for me, and I think it'll work for you, maybe in a different regimen, or because everybody's different, right?
Well, exactly. But the general concept of, the biggest idea is, number one, you have to think about food like it's a drug. And you have a choice every day. You can put healthy in your body, or you can put crappy in your body. And sugar's a drug. You know, sugar acts, and our brain reacts to sugar the same way it does to cocaine, to nicotine, to alcohol. So understanding that sugar is a drug and the effect that it has, and the effect long-term that it has on our bodies, from, you know, anxiety, depression, to menstrual problems, to hot flashes, to brain fog, to muscle aches, inflammation. And once you get that out of your system, it's easy to keep going because you feel so much better. And I mean, I can tell if I eat something that's ultra processed or that's high in sugar, I can tell you within 2 hours, because I start getting a gut ache, I get gassy, I get bloated. I wake up, if I drink a Diet Coke, I'll wake up the next morning, my fingers will be stiff.
And you wouldn't know that if you were doing it every day, right?
Well, you don't know how crappy you feel until you cut it out. And that's where understanding that sugar is a drug, and how can I get that out of my system. And, you know, a lot of times the first week when people clean up their diet and what they're putting in their mouth, they actually will feel like they have the flu. I mean, it's like detoxing, whether you're detoxing from alcohol, and you don't get delirium tremors, but you get that nauseous feeling sometimes, the headaches, those kind of things. And what's really interesting, if you look at history, in the late 70s, tobacco companies were banned from advertising on TV. In the early 80s, they went and bought food companies. So they took all their scientists and they moved them over into the food industry. And that's really when we started seeing sugar-free, fat-free, low-fat. Well, if something says no fat or low fat, they've made a chemical emulsifier, because fat gives us satiety. It fills us up and it gives food texture. So they've taken some chemical that they made and they're putting in our food and not putting natural fat. So when you look at a ingredient list, there are so many things that are just poison to us. I've kind of started saying, my generation and the generation below me, we've been the guinea pigs for Big Pharma and for the food industry of how far we can push things. And if you don't think that's true, look at a picture of the beach in 1980 versus a picture of the beach today.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see the difference in the way we look. When McDonald's came out, the kids' meal today was the McDonald's adult meal when they came out. So we've supersized everything. We eat too much. We snack too much. And when we do that, we overload the system. And when we overload the system, now we can't burn the energy that we're taking in efficiently. So our body starts putting it into fat, putting into inflammation in our joints, in our skin, and we just generally feel crappy.
I don't really believe anybody out there that's paying attention is going to argue with you about just visually seeing what's happened since the 1970s to today. And I think the next question would be, well, I got a busy lifestyle. I'd like to do some of these things. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to, and maybe changing that diet might be so difficult. What do you like? For instance, how much protein do you take in the way of beef, pork, chicken, vegetables, staying away from the sugars? I mean, how much time do you have to spend changing that diet you're talking about?
Typically, you have to plan. I mean, if you don't plan, you're pulling into the quick shop and you're grabbing quick shop food, or you're going through fast food drive-thrus. When I leave my office in Kearney, I drive by about 7 fast food places to get to my house. It doesn't matter if it's 5 o'clock or 7 o'clock. The drive-ins are full of minivans and SUVs. So it's families. So the perfect example of what you're talking about. Mom and dad are both working. Back in the 70s, typically only one parent was working, even in the 80s and early 90s. So you have to plan. So, oftentimes on Sunday, I'll grill some chicken breasts, I'll grill some salmon, and that'll be our protein throughout the week. Protein, we used to always say 0.4 to 0.7 grams of protein per pound. That's now the recommendation's gone from 0.7 to 1.4. So if you weigh 200 pounds, anywhere from 140 to 280 grams of protein. Well, you start thinking about a chicken breast. A 3-ounce chicken breast has about 25 grams. 6-ounce piece of lean meat, beef, has about 25 grams. Eggs have about 6 grams. You can get a can of tuna that's mercury-free, tested mercury-free. It'll have 25 to 40 grams, depending on the brand and the serving size.
It's kind of surprising, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, a lot of times my lunch will be 3 cans of tuna. They're little cans. One fills you up.
Yeah.
With some pickle relish, I'll put a little bit of Miracle Whip or mayo, just not a lot. Pour in some pickle juice, a little squeeze of mustard, and I'll get 80 to 100 grams of protein just in that one meal. So making sure you're getting adequate amounts of protein. 2, we need fats in our diet. 3, we need fiber in our diet. So that's where eating whole fruits and vegetables. There are things we want to stay away from. Unfortunately, corn, sweet corn, beets. What do they make sugar out of? And then bananas. Those are going to be your 3 fruits that you really want to be careful of. You want to get rid of the white potato. You want to get rid of bread, because those will spike our blood sugars almost immediately.
Are you talking about bread, period, or white bread?
All bread.
Wow, that's tough there.
Yeah.
That's one.
Especially when you're in, it depends on where you're at in your journey. If your goal is you want to lose weight, then you need to cut it out till you get to your goal. And then you can slowly add things back in your maintenance phase. The problem is you can't go back the way you're eating today, or you're going to be back feeling and looking like you did do today before you start. But eating whole fruits and vegetables, eating your food in the right order. I've been a proponent. I tell my patients there's a biochemist from France called the Glucose Goddess on Facebook. And my daughter got me following her a couple years ago, and she talks about sugar spikes, and she wears a glucometer, and she has her own and her family. And she shows you eat this, or you eat fiber before it, and this happens. I can tell you personally, I started wearing a continuous glucose monitor this summer. We went to my grandson's baseball game. I had a handful of blueberries, 3 strawberries, and half an apple, and I spiked my blood sugar 80 points. It's like, wow, those are all healthy. Those are all things we're supposed to eat. So had his game. 2 hours later, went back, had lunch. I eat 10 baby carrots, a handful of blueberries, 3 strawberries, half an apple, and it spiked my blood sugar 20 points.
Just the order.
Just the fiber of the carrots kept my body from absorbing as much sugar. So eat your food in the right order. Eat your fiber, eat your protein, eat your fat, and then save your carbs for last. If you're going to eat, if you want a dessert, eat it with a meal, because you're going to have your protein, your fiber, your fat, so you're not going to absorb all the sugar from that half a piece of pie or that cookie, versus at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on an empty stomach, you eat a Snickers, and boom, spikes your blood sugar, crazy. Right. So just simple things like that. You eat, go for a 10-minute walk. You'll burn off some of that energy. What really happens in the way we eat today is, and I'm sure you guys have it here, we have it in the clinic, you go to the hospital, they have it, go to most offices, they have it. So I have my lunch or my breakfast, but then I pull out my drawer and I've got some M&Ms, or I have a piece of hard candy, or I have, whatever snack I have, and then I eat lunch, and then I come back at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and man, I'm tired. Wow, I better, I'll eat something, or I'll drink a Coke because I want that caffeine. And then 2 hours later, we're tired again. Well, we eat too much. And so if you think about our cells being a manufacturer, being a furnace in a manufacturing plant, or just being a manufacturing plant, and you have your inputs coming in, you got a day reserve on hand, okay? And so everything works smooth. Now all of a sudden you start having 5 days of reserve on hand. The cell cannot absorb all that sugar. So we develop what's called insulin resistance. The body produces insulin to push the blood sugar out of the bloodstream into the cells. The cells are full, so those receptors become insensitive to the sugar. So the body's feedback loop is, we got to produce more insulin. So it starts producing more insulin. Well, insulin's job is to put sugar into storage, either burn it or storage. So we start putting fat around our belly. We start getting fat jowls. We start putting fat around our organs. And so we're overloading the system, where if you eat a breakfast of protein, fiber, fat, and a carb, and then at lunch you have a protein, fiber, and then at dinner you have, and in between you start cutting out all the ancillary crap that we really don't need, that are more of a satisfying satisfaction.
Yeah.
Is that the word?
It's a good. I couldn't say it.
Now the factory starts to burn things more efficiently.
So maybe we can end here, because how much of this, if you're successful with it, and you're the example, but you've got people that are doing this under your guidance, and you offer that. How much does that change maybe in the meds that they had been taking and what they're taking now, the ones who went through the full gamut here?
So typically if you lose 10% of your body weight, your blood pressure will go down about 20 points. So if you weigh 200, you drop 20 pounds. If you have a high blood pressure, typically you're going to get it back in the normal range. If you're diabetic or pre-diabetic and you lose weight and you change the way you eat, your A1C will come down. I was never trained in med school or residency that diabetes type 2 was reversible. I was always taught here's a drug. And we don't talk enough about that we can reverse. So whether it's high cholesterol, whether it's high blood pressure, whether it's diabetes or pre-diabetes, just the way we interact with our food and the way we interact with our environment and exercise, we can reverse those. I've had one person who was on 8 different drugs for different things. They're now on 3, and we've cut the dose on all 3 of those. Now, supplements, we use high-quality supplements. I tell people supplements are for supplementation. They're not to replace a prescription drug. But just by changing lifestyle, we're able to get people off of drugs and lower the dose of the drugs.
Right. And that is available at Click Family Healthcare in both Broken Bow and Kearney. And you also, of course, are a general practitioner, so you can provide that for your customers, which you call your customers. Yep. And now I'm going to ask you, you've got some notes, so maybe we might want to touch upon those. I assume you're doing some, well, I imagine you're past the physicals now.
Sports physicals are wrapping up. We're still doing a few where kids aren't going to do a fall sport, but going to do a winter sport. Or last minute, I've decided I'm going to go out for football or I'm going to do volleyball. So, But yeah, those are pretty well wrapped up. Kind of on the same lines of what we were just talking about from a lifestyle change. We recently had I put on a little seminar, an evening seminar talking about hormones and health and the effect that our diet has on hormones. One of the things I get, and I think most family physicians get, is, I've got brain fog, my periods are wacky, I'm having hot flashes, I don't feel good, I've got inflammation. I think I want my hormones checked. And we can check them. It's fairly inexpensive to do that, but they come back normal. And so now my first thought is, well, maybe we ought to keep a food log for a couple weeks, save that money. There are people that, and I'm not saying this for everybody, there are people that need to have hormone replacement therapy. I'm a huge proponent of that. But there are a lot of people, if you're in your, the 40-year-old soccer mom or the soccer dad is 30 pounds overweight and their hormones are wacky and they're inflamed, probably more diet than it is truly hormones, or their diet is affecting the way their hormones are reacting. So we'll have more of those. Just watch our Facebook page. Okay. We put those on. And again, it's more education. We do have supplements, but it's not something that I promote. It's just another tool in our toolbox for people who don't want to take a prescription drug. They would rather do something holistically. Right. Summertime, hot, make sure you're staying hydrated. Especially if you're on blood pressure medicine. We've had a couple people here recently that taking blood pressure medicine got dehydrated and then were lightheaded and dizzy and struggled. So, we don't want to have to put an IV and give you fluids. We'd rather you do it naturally. Now, the thing you got to watch for is the energy drinks, because they're typically going to be high in caffeine. Caffeine works like a diuretic, so it's going to cause our body to pee off fluid even though our body needs it. A lot of the Powerades and the Gatorades, have artificial sweeteners. If they say sugar-free or zero sugar, they've got artificial sweeteners that have the same kind of effect on our bodies. I think when Gatorade was originated, there were 3 or 4 ingredients. There's now like 18. It's like the McDonald's French fry. When McDonald's first came out, it was a potato beef tallow, what was cooked in salt. There's now 16 ingredients in a McDonald's French fry. Chemicals to keep from turning black, all these different things. And, kind of back on that, I think when you think about the number of pediatric cancers that we see, more kids with ADD, ADHD, autism, more young ladies in their late 20s, early 30s getting breast cancer, young men in their 30s, early 30s getting colon cancer, I think we have to really take a serious look at our food supply. And that's where I think our problem is. That, to me, that's the biggest pandemic, epidemic, whatever demic you want to call it, that we have in America is our food supply.
Well, and being in the business of advertising, I believe advertising is a good thing and an effective thing. But, you were mentioning about supersized and we're eating too much. Have you seen any commercials with just a hamburger with one slab of beef on it without all the condiments and all that, and being bigger than you can put your mouth around?
Right.
And I'm not talking just one outlet of that. It's they advertise you're going to be happy if you eat this thing that you're going to have trouble getting completely eaten, right?
Well, and my wife and I have, over the last 2 years, most restaurants, we order one meal because there's too much to really sit down and eat at one meal. So, we'll maybe order an entree and then we'll each order a salad. So it's that way whether you go to the restaurant or whether you go into fast food. It's the supersize. You walk into the quick shop. 32 ounces anymore is about the smallest. And then they go up to 72 ounces or whatever.
Yeah, you don't get a little cup anymore, do you?
No. And, I used to drink cherry Coke. So when I would come to Broken Bow or I'd go home, usually 3 times a week, I would have a 44-ounce cherry Coke. I got the deal in my wallet from Trotters.
Yeah.
You get so many, you get a free one. It's been probably a month or two ago. I went and gassed up And I thought, God, cherry Coke would taste good. So I walked over to the cooler, and I pulled out a 20-ounce cherry Coke, 79 grams of carbs. You take the number of carbs divided by 4, that's the number of teaspoons of sugar. So 19.75 teaspoons of sugar in that 20-ounce cherry Coke.
Wow. Yeah.
Now think about that. Do a visualization. Take an empty bottle and then just go to put in 19 3/4 teaspoons of sugar. That's, when you see it, it's like, why would I do that? But damn, it tastes good.
Well, I don't know that every once in a while a little fling is okay, but it's probably really frequent. You know people that have a pop in their hand all the time.
Oh yeah, I drink 6-pack of Mountain Dew a day, and that's got a little more sugar even than cherry Coke. So if you take that's 120, say just 20, that's 120 teaspoons of sugar.
Yeah, wow. Well, I think we've certainly, I hope, sparked some interest out there to come and talk to you. And of course, you are taking care of your patients, and we'll take in more patients under your program. When can they come into Click Family Healthcare, and talk about your website a little bit too?
Well, we're open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 8 to 5, and then Wednesday 8 to noon. We have hired a PA in Kearney, so hours may change a little bit, but I don't think we're going to really change them much here in Broken Bow. Website, clickfamilyhealth.com. And I think we have a really good website in the fact that how it explains things. And I always tell people, if you have any interest, go there first, because it'll stimulate questions that then you can either call us or stop in. Wendy's very well versed on it. Christy is very well versed on it. Of course, you call the clinic in Kearney. We're all very well versed on that. The one thing that we're seeing a little bit more of here recently is we're getting more interest from companies. Commercial insurance rates, 18 to 25% rise in premiums again this year. So we take care of about 40 companies, their employees, that range from 3 employees up to 22, I think is our largest. So employee can come see us. It doesn't cost them anything because their employer is paying. If we draw blood, we do that at our cost. If we do a procedure, we do that at our cost. In Broken Bow, I try not to dispense medicines to our customers here. We do out of Kearney because I've got 2 pharmacies across the street. I mean, my job is not to take business out of Broken Bow. So our goal is to support, as much as we can.
Okay.
Reached out to Kyle. I'd like to be able to do some more imaging up at the hospital and lab work if we need to. But again, our customers want a cash pay price, and sometimes people struggle with that. How can we price things? The idea that I can't charge any less than what I charge Medicare or Medicaid or insurance. The argument is, well, they're not paying you cash, so it's a whole different ballgame in that regards. So yeah, we love being in Broken Bow. It'll be 5 years in October when we opened. Right in the middle of COVID, one of the smartest business decisions I ever made. But it has been good. I mean, I looked the other day. We have 298 customers.
Well, that's great.
At our clinic here in Broken Bow.
Yeah.
So, and there's still a need out there. We continue to get calls. It's just trying to staff things appropriately to where we can provide the level of service that we want to provide.
All right.
And we do a whole different level of service.
All right. Click Family Healthcare right here in Broken Bow, Nebraska on Highway 21. Right.
Yep. Right in the heart of the construction.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of moved west of us now.
Yeah, it's more our way. And next show, I'd like to talk to you about the benefits of gourd juice.
Gourd juice?
Yes, I've been doing some research on gourds because I'm raising some out back for the fundraiser.
Mm-hmm.
And I found out that they go clear back to ancient times with gourds. Yeah. And at one time, especially I believe in, Egypt and even in Africa, they used gourd juice for medicinal purposes. So maybe we could talk about that next time.
Well, I'll do some research.
Okay.
We know that for instance, you eat an apple, you'll get a little spike in your blood sugar. You eat apple sauce, you're getting a bigger spike. If you drink apple juice, you get a huge spike. So gourds, I don't think have the carb concentration of sugar. So you're probably good to drinking gourd juice, but I'll do some research and get back to you on that.
I haven't had any yet, so maybe we should talk before I try it.
Well, no, I want you to try it. Then we can talk about, the taste and the flavor, and
we could break ground here. We could drink gourd juice right here on the breakfast show.
Wow.
And Doc could do an analysis on it.
Yes.
I'll watch you two drink it. Watch your facial expressions.
Dr. Jacobson, thank you very much.
Yeah, appreciate you letting me in.
You bet. Come back and see us again. We'll take a time out with these. Let's go to music. Let's play a little of that good old country, shall we, Brent?
I agree with that.
All right, let's do that.
I keep hearing you're concerned about my happiness, but all that thought you're giving me is conscience, I guess. If I were walking in your shoes, I wouldn't.
Whether you're filling up for a road trip, booking that beach getaway, or grabbing dinner on the patio, use your rewards your way on the things that make summer even better. Summer fun. Meet smart rewards with a Burning Bank credit card. Burning Bank. Build, grow, thrive. Member FDIC.
This week at Geared for Sports in Broken Bow, gear up with a new pair of shoes. That's right, when you shop with them this week, you'll save 20% off all regular priced footwear. Brands like Brooks, Under Armour, Merrell, Twisted X, Kane, Ufas, Mountain Coast are on the shelves, as well as new arrivals from New Soul and Skechers. The semi-annual shoe sale at Geared for Sports. 20% off all regular priced footwear. Open Monday to Friday 10 to 6, Saturday 10 to 4, and Sundays noon to 4. West side of the square in Broken Bow at Geared for Sports.
Putting up a lot of hay requires a big-time machine. The ZR5 1200 self-propelled baler makes quick work of any field while offering an unprecedented level of operator comfort and maneuverability. The ZR5 1200 self-propelled baler aims to reduce the number of steps an operator must complete to make a bale, while providing the ability to automatically make real-time adjustments based on field, crop, and operator inputs. Interested in checking out the ZR5 1200 self-propelled baler? Stop by Power Solutions, your local premier dealer, 2 miles east of Broken Bow on Highway 2, or give them a call at 308-872-5522.
Well, good Tuesday morning, everybody. Mark Stock here with Big Iron Auction Company, and this morning at 10 o'clock,
will be conducting the Douglas Farm Inc. retirement sale with equipment located by Novelty, Missouri. There are 101 items selling on this sale, headlinered by a John Deere S650 four-wheel drive combine, a 2023 year model John Deere 6R 145 mechanical front tractor with a loader. There's a 2016 Mack Pinnacle day cab semi-truck tractor, Kinsey 3600 series planter. Also, a 1973 International 656 tractor is selling. This is like a utility tractor, so check it out. They have a 2023 GMC Sierra 2500 heavy-duty 4x4 pickup that is also selling on this sale. All the equipment extra nice, immaculate, and this auction will start to close with the first items here this morning at 10 o'clock. Then at 11 o'clock today, we have a land sale. 613 acres of Morton County, Kansas land will sell in 2 tracts. Tract number 1, 156 acres of pivot irrigated land, and tract number 2 is 457 acres. Of this tract, there is 287 acres under pivot irrigation, 141 acres of dry land, and 11 acres of grass. This land is cash leased through the end of this year, and possession will be open then for next year. This land is all located by Rolla, Kansas. So this land auction, once again, online on bigiron.com, and is scheduled to close at 11 o'clock and will go into a bidding or extension or overtime period. Then tomorrow, a big sale, a lot of machinery, over 1,500 items from 180 different sellers. They're using bigiron.com to sell their machinery tomorrow. Sellers include Hiawatha Implement by Mound City, Missouri, with John Deere machinery. Also, Joel Schumacher and Gary Schumacher, they have their retirement sale, their equipment by Humphrey, Nebraska. Late model, always been shedded John Deere machinery selling on that sale. Mike and Patty Wardell, they are retiring. They're from Olwyn, Iowa. Mitchell Equipment LLC by Atkinson, Nebraska. They have a lot of really nice Case IH late model combines, corn heads, and draper heads that will sell tomorrow. Prairie Land Partners LLC out of their Sioux Center, Iowa location will have equipment. The Roger Pennell Retirement Sales in Fairfax, Missouri. Another outstanding offering of late model low-houred equipment. There is a great lineup of equipment selling for Haviland Trucking in Avoca, Nebraska. The Chantel Hammer Retirement Sale in Copeland, Kansas, featuring 58 items. The Merlin Jacobson Estate Sales in Batesland, South Dakota. They have 90 items on the sale. Tom Snodgrass from Brock, Nebraska, selling a Case IH 7240 combine. Robert Benish from Lincoln, Nebraska, selling a 2021 year model Case IH 8250 combine and a 2019 year model Case IH 4408 cornhead. Adam Morehauser from Crooks, South Dakota. They've got a 2000 year model Freightliner FLD 112 grain truck with a 20-foot aluminum box and hoist. They also have a 1982 GMC C7000 tandem axle grain truck with a 20-foot Scott box and hoist. Lauren and Colette Jessen, they are by Grant, Nebraska, selling a Case IH Steiger 335 four-wheel drive tractor. They have a Caterpillar 924G high lift wheel loader that will sell. They also have attachments for that machine, a 2008 Case IH Magnum 335 mechanical front tractor, a John Deere 9870 combine, and a 712C 12-row 30 cornhead. All in all, over 1,550 items will sell tomorrow on bigiron.com. And then we move into Thursday of this week. Hanlon Farms, Inc., they're retiring their equipment by Emmington, Illinois. They have 62 items. A John Deere 9760 combine, a John Deere 9530 four-wheel drive tractor, John Deere 8335R mechanical front tractor. They have a John Deere 4640 as well. It's a 1981 model. Late model machinery selling on this sale on Thursday. And also on Thursday is the Benson Brothers Grain LLC retirement sale. They have 66 items selling by Hurley, South Dakota. They have a Case IH 8240 four-wheel drive combine, a 2019 Case IH 580 quad track tractor, a 2021 year model Case IH Magnum 380 row track mechanical front tractor. They have an early riser 1250 series 12-row 30 planter, McDon FD 75 40-foot flex draper head, New Holland L228 skid steer, and many more items at sale once again here on Thursday, August the 21st. A lot of quality machinery, plus some real estate selling in Illinois on Thursday as well. Go to the bigiron.com website for more information. And if you are planning your retirement sale, or if you just have a few items to sell, we are finishing up the Husker Harvest Days special auction, and that deadline to get your equipment sold on that sale will be Friday of this week. Please get a hold of us right away if you've got items you want to add to the Husker Harvest Day sale, items that will sell at the Grand Island lot. All those eyes will be looking at your machinery in Grand Island, Nebraska. Pick up the phone and call us at 402-276-2077 or 1-800-WE-SELL-8. Thank you very much. Have a great week, everybody.
Melham Medical Center in Broken Bow is proud to have the services of Dr. Sextro available for our patients. He provides clinical and surgery services, including orthopedic consults for fractures, ligament injuries, sprains and strains, swollen muscles, Achilles tendon injuries, shoulder injuries, dislocations, and carpal tunnel. To tackle your orthopedic needs, visit or call us at Melham Medical Center in Broken Bow. You can also learn more online at melham.org.
It is 8:43. Thanks to Dr. Jacobson for stopping in from Click Family Healthcare, and thanks to all of our company that comes in and spends time with us here on The Breakfast Show. We appreciate it. Also, a big thank you goes out to the folks who sponsored the Booster Club kickoff last night out at Kincaid's. And Brent, the broadcast sounded great. Coaches and kids were great. Really enjoyed that. It was all brought to you by your friends at Govier Brothers Mortuary, Agland ATV, The Grocery Cart, A to Z Lawn Pro, Kincaid Brewing Company, Shelter Insurance, Borders and Furrow Law, and Taylor Heating and Cooling, making the broadcast possible last night from Kincaid's from 5 until, 8 o'clock or so?
Just a little over 2 hours. I think we went back to
hours.
regular programming just after 7 o'clock.
Okay.
So, it was a great night. Appreciate everybody coming out.
It was, and sports season is just around the corner. We talked about it yesterday. We may be able to have time to preview some of that. We want to talk a little bit today about Thursday coming up, a big day to get in your car, whatever automobile you have, and do a little cruising around our town. Now, the road is smooth. We're not sure at this point whether it will be completely cleared because evidently when they lay the asphalt, they go back in later and cut out the manholes and pour cement around them, which, as you think about it, makes sense because the machine has to lay that surface down. Yeah. And so they're curing that cement around the manholes, so they have little barricades around those. So turning on and off of the highway is very much doable, but you have to be very careful and decide which side of the barricade am I going to make the turn and what can I see coming from the other way. So on Thursday, we want you to be real careful if you're out cruising, if those are still up. But otherwise, you should be able to spin up and down and get off the main drag. When you cruised your town years ago, you didn't just stay on the main drag only. You maybe go off a few blocks, come around your own route, your own way. You made it through town. So have fun because you can also save some money. There are some of our businesses that are offering some discounts, and you can spin around, drop by their places, and they're going to extend their hours, and the activities in the park on Thursday will continue longer than usual. So it's just going to be a lot of fun. That's from 5 until 8 p.m., and we'll be on live on KBBN taking music requests while you cruise the new highway and around town and celebrate the tail end of summer going into fall with food specials, shopping specials, and extended market on the square hours. And I know that both the Runza and Dairy Queen are offering very, very old-fashioned prices for ice cream cones and such and some other things. We'll be giving away some Blizzard coupons. They'll have the discounts continuing at Chapin's and Geared for Sports have big discounts that you can walk in and save on, and they'll extend their hours. Ollie's Coffee House, you told me yesterday that they have a kind of a cool thing where they have barricades barricade specials or cone specials in conjunction with the construction, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a few live reads regarding just what Dave is talking about. Make sure you visit Ollie's Coffee and Boutique during the Roads Open Rally to take advantage of the construction special. And this is kind of a unique idea that they came up with. Go to Ollie's on Thursday evening and pick a construction cone to reveal your discount off your entire purchase. Drinks and food will be included. You can get up to 25% off while you're cruising around town. So they're excited to see you, and that'll be Thursday between 5 and 8 at Ollie's Coffee and Boutique.
Also, a Broken Bow Floral and Plant Studio on First Avenue. They'll be open until 8 o'clock this Thursday, so stop by. They're celebrating their 5-year anniversary all month long. And all week long, you'll receive 20% off store-wide on candles and flameless diffusers, or 30% off. And mark the night for next Wednesday, August 27th. Go to Night in Bloom with a stem bar for building your own bouquets, giveaways you won't want to miss, and a one-night only 30% off savings in the whole store. So they're celebrating their 5th-year anniversary at Broken Bow Floral and Plant Studio, and they will be open on Thursday night for you to drop by on First Avenue.
Yeah. Dave mentioned this. Runza's doing something special on Thursday. Swing through the drive-thru or stop in, get $1 ice cream cones or a $1 small drink. They'll be doing that from 5 to 8 p.m. this Thursday at Runza in Broken Bow. And
we mentioned Chapin's Interiors and Square One Boutique. They've got a sale going on right now that you want to stop in for. Stop in and save half on a great variety of items, including summer fashions, recliners, home accessories, and Thursday from 5 until 8 p.m. only. Those deep discounts will be offered, but they have sales going on all the time at Chapin's Interiors and Square One Boutique. Save half off on a great variety of items, including those summer fashions, recliners, and home accessories, Thursday from 5 until 8 p.m. only. So if you've been thinking about a recliner, maybe some home accessories, or maybe shopping some summer fashions yet for the remainder of this year or next, go in this Thursday from 5 until 8 p.m. at Chapin's.
All right. Here's another event that is taking place on Thursday, August 21st. We had Amber in here yesterday talking about Joel Rand Dance Gymnastic Academy. Their annual fall registration and open house is going to take place on Thursday, August 21st. And this will be from 4 to 6 p.m. at their facility located at 225 South 5th Avenue in Broken Bow. This is their fall registration and open house for fall and winter sessions of tumbling, trampoline classes. For more information, you can call 308-870-2726 or just stop on in Thursday, August 21st, 4 to 6 p.m. Again, if you're not familiar with where their location is, it's 225 South 5th here in Broken Bow.
And we talked about Geared for Sports on the west side of the square in Broken Bow, a nice place to cruise on Thursday. And from 5 until 8 p.m., save 50% off all summer apparel, excluding Husker gear. 50% off all summer apparel, and they have some nice items there on their racks that you can save 50% off on Thursday from 5 until 8 p.m. All week, shop their semi-annual shoe sale. Get 20% off the regular price shoes. Perfect timing with the Roads Open Rally to get your closet ready for next summer. And don't miss these incredible deals at Geared for Sports, your go-to destination for athletic wear and footwear. So Geared for Sports, west side of the square in Broken Bow, from 5 until 8 p.m. Save 50% off all summer apparel on Thursday evening, excluding Husker gear. And don't forget about that shoe sale going on.
All right. Since we're talking about Thursday, Sylvester's in Broken Bow wishes you an awesome time as you cruise around the bow on Thursday. Go see them with your designated driver and enjoy ice-cold drinks and great conversation. Also, don't forget they are the place to catch the Huskers this upcoming fall sports season and, of course, your source for awesome live band entertainment. Keep your radio tuned to KBBN for upcoming live band and karaoke dates coming up at Sylvester's. It's on the east end of the new Smooth Highway here in Broken Bow.
We don't smoke marijuana.
Interiors and Square One Boutique are giving you a savings if you stop in on Thursday only of Summer Fashions, recliners, and home accessories from 5 until 8 p.m. But they do have, as I mentioned, ongoing sales going with their Summer Fashions, and I think I saw out on their sidewalk some discounts that are ongoing for Summer Fashions already, but you can save 50% off on Thursday evening from 5 until 8 p.m. And let's talk a little bit about a couple other things before we get to the top of the hour. Circle V Stitch and Post wants you to stop by anytime and talk about putting your brand or your farm name on shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and more. Velma at Circle V Stitching Post can make that happen. If you need a top-quality letter jacket for your student, please talk to her about that. She'll personalize that just the way you want it or the way the student wants it. Order now and get started for this upcoming school year. And check out their new cowhide coasters, rugs, and table runners customized just for you. And if you're just looking for a unique, personalized gift for any occasion, Velma can help you create something special. She loves to do that. Support local and bring your ideas to life. Call Velma today at 308-872-6173. Leave a message. If she doesn't answer, she'll get right back to you.
This Thursday, hard to believe, but it's the third Thursday of the month. And every third Thursday of the month, they do something special at Rustic and Red in Kozan. They call it their Sip and Shop. And it will be coming up this Thursday. Susan Hart will be the special guest for their Sip and Shop this Thursday. Now, the store will be open from 10 until 7. The sipping always starts at around 4 o'clock. Susan Hart is a wonderful artist with a personality to match. She will be presenting some of her lovely pieces for your viewing pleasure on Thursday. Also, they're going to have some surprise in-store specials you're going to want to check out. Sales will run all day from 10 to 7, plus everyone gets a valuable coupon to use on their next visit. If you're looking for a unique gift item, they have them. Gifts for all ages, gifts for men and women, weddings, baby gifts, or something fun for yourself. Check out this beautiful store, and there's no better time to do it than on the third Thursday of the month for their Sip and Shop coming up this Thursday at Rustic and Red in downtown Cozad.
Thank you very much, Brent Apperson.
You've painted up your lips and rolled and curled your tinted hair.
Kicking off again tonight. A heads up to swimmers and surfers in places like Wildwood, New Jersey, along the East Coast.
You will not be allowed in the water because we have treacherous conditions.
Hurricane Erin, the reason. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
O'Reilly.
Protect your vehicle's engine with Mobil 1 Full Synthetic Motor Oil at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Purchase 5 quarts of select Mobil 1 Full Synthetic Motor Oil and get up to a $15 gift card after rebate. Find the synthetic oil that's right for your vehicle and budget. Shop your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
The Dodgers are still 2 games up on the Padres in the NL West standings. LA lost at Colorado, giving up a run in the bottom of the 9th. 4-3 for the Rockies, who've won 6 of 7. And then the Padres were beaten 4-3 at home by San Francisco. San Diego had a home run overturned early in the game due to fan interference. Cincinnati beat the Angels 4-1 in Anaheim. The Reds are now just 1 game out of the last NL wildcard behind the Mets. Baltimore won 6-3 at Boston. Winning pitcher Trevor Rogers is 6-2, ERA 1.41 for the Orioles. Pittsburgh down Toronto 5-2. Slugger for the Blue Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. left with hamstring tightness. Philadelphia got 2 home runs from Bryce Harper and beat Seattle 12-7. Detroit shut out Houston 10-0. Milwaukee 7-0 over the Cubs. Game 2 of the Twin Bill was rained out. And in an NFL exhibition, Cincinnati won 31-17 at Washington.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Becoming mainly sunny with fog and spots early. Today, with daytime highs approaching 90. Winds out of the southwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Lows level off around 64. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Mainly sunny skies. Tomorrow, daytime highs approaching 88. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
At Gothenburg Health, we understand that women's health is personal. That's why our clinic and specialty clinic offers comprehensive family practice, obstetric services, and an OBGYN specialist to support you in every stage of a woman's life. From routine exams and prenatal care to specialized treatments, our experienced providers and specialists are here to guide and care for you with the sensitivity you deserve. Schedule your appointment today and experience the difference. Gothenburg Health Clinic and Specialty Clinic, helping people live their best lives.
Gateway Motors, Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Head to East Highway 2 in Broken Bow to visit with their friendly staff, schedule service with their experienced service department, or swing in for quick lube service. Visit GatewayMotorsBrokenBow.com.
9:05 is your time. 74 degrees outside. Sunny sky, but again, that white sky doesn't look blue at all. It's kind of that overcast look, but still sun burning through here, with winds out of the west at 5 to 10. Barometric pressure still rising at 3017. Humidity at 79%, so it is drying out, and that fog has subsided, at least here in the immediate Broken Bow area. Both days, the last couple of days, we peaked out at 89, felt warmer than that with the humidity, and didn't get all that cool overnight. 72 overnight, and just 74 degrees right now here at 10 o'clock, with 73 at 6 o'clock this morning and 7 o'clock this morning. So warm overnights, foggy, but clearing out now, 74 degrees. Brent and Dave with you here on the Breakfast Show. We're playing good old country songs today from, well, the time span that I'm working is from 65 to 69. 1965 to 69. Here's one of them.
best time to get a value for your recreational land that's really not adding to your bottom line. That's right, your land could be of major interest for that person looking for quality deer hunting, waterfowl hunting, or whatever the recreation is. Call me, John Farley, and take advantage of a time with very little inventory on the market. I would be happy to give you a no-obligation opinion of value. Check me out at lashleyland.com.
9:09, 76 degrees all of a sudden here at Broken Bow, Nebraska, so it's warming up kind of quick out there now. Good to have you along. Brent, we do have a moment, so let's talk a little bit about the upcoming sports schedule. I know we covered it yesterday, but it is approaching us here.
The Nebraska volleyball team starts this week. They will be participating in the AVCA First Serve Classic, which, features some of the best teams across the country, and certainly Nebraska is one of them. So it's going to be held at Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln, and Nebraska will open its season against number 3 ranked Pittsburgh. What a way to start the year, number 1 versus number 3.
Wow.
So that'll be coming up on Friday, August 22nd. We will broadcast the match. It'll be live on KBBN 95.3 FM. I believe match time is 6 p.m. Airtime would be 5 on Friday. So catch that on the Huskers radio network. And then Nebraska will continue play in the Classic on Sunday afternoon when they take on top 10 ranked Stanford. That'll be Sunday afternoon, and we'll broadcast that for you as well on KBBN 95.3 FM and KBBN.com. So join us for Nebraska volleyball coming up on Friday and Sunday. And then next week, we'll start our high school sports coverage on the radio. We'll have Broken Bow's season opening contest in volleyball as they go on the road to take on Hershey. That'll be next Thursday, the 28th. And then we'll start high school football coverage with Sandhill, Setford, and Anselmo Myrna. What a great area matchup to get us started a week from Friday. We'll have that for you on KBBN Radio. And then, of course, we're proud to announce that once again this year, every Broken Bow football game, home and away, will be broadcast on KCNI Radio this year. Broken Bow will open the season a week from Friday when they take on Shadron at Mark Russell Field. And the Nebraska football team starts next week, too. Can you believe that? A week from Thursday, they'll kick off the season in Kansas City when they take on Cincinnati. It'll be a late kickoff. They don't kick off till 8 o'clock. We'll have coverage of the game for you on KBBN Radio with pregame at 6 p.m. on the 28th.
All right, that's all coming up, folks, on your Husker and High School Sports Connection, KCNI, KBBN Radio, Broken Bow, Nebraska. Folks in Cozad area today, there's a blood drive at the American Lutheran Church in Cozad from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. Here in Broken Bow, the food pantry is open today from 1 until 3 p.m. today and again on Thursday. Henson Cargill, skip a rope.
Good. Were you good at skipping rope?
Not really.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't really good at it either.
Hopscotch, no good at that either.
Yep.
Foursquare, okay, but not great.
Yeah.
No, I didn't blossom as an athlete till I was 35.
I was there was one thing in gym class that I wasn't the last guy picked for, and that was for some reason it was dodgeball.
Oh,
I was pretty good at dodgeball, and I'll be honest, I think one of the problems was I was a very tough target to hit. I was so short and small that it was hard to get me out.
Well,
but that was one of the few things that I wasn't one of the latter people picked to play something.
I guess, for some of us, baseball was the summer fun, and maybe because of that, and it was, I don't know, just not, it wasn't a school sport, it was a summer sport. That's what I fell in love with. And so if you love something, you give your best effort towards it. And I actually heard one of the major league players from the Mets, I think it was, talking about that and what he hoped to tell and give an example to the little leaguers that they were, they were at their game. The Mariners and the Mets were at the Little League World Series or the games, and they signed autographs and talked to the kids and spent the day with them. And he said, just work really hard at something you love. And I think that, and he said that goes away all the way across different aspects of life. And it makes a lot of sense. If you like it, you love it, you work harder at it. And baseball was just something that I really enjoyed. And you could go out in the backyard by yourself and throw it up in the air and practice and practice with the neighbors and have backyard games and different things. And so that's what I enjoyed. But, guys who love football couldn't get enough football. Guys who like basketball would practice basketball. And you tried to play all those sports. But if it was one that you loved, it's just like work. If you like what you're doing, it's not like going to work. You want to go do it. And I thought that was a good conversation that the player had. I don't remember which one it was. It was a Mets player. That's pretty cool to watch those players interact with the little leaguers.
Yes, yeah, it's pretty neat that they started that where they have a Major League Baseball game played at Williamsport, Pennsylvania, where they have the Little League World Series. It's pretty neat.
Yeah. Those games are fun to watch, although I hate to see the kids cry, when pitcher pitched the whole game and run out of pitches in a game I watched, and they happened to be like 2 runs behind when they took him off the mound, and he felt like he lost the game, which he didn't, But I've seen adults have trouble with defeat as well, right? Because you're competitive when you're playing something you love.
Yep, for sure.
Cruise night, we've been talking about it. We want to get as many people out as we can and have some fun. We want to do it safely. Jeremy is working on the route. I know that he visited with some folks about kind of having just some designated, suggested places to turn around if you want to turn around and go up and down Main Street. And we'll get Jeremy in here tomorrow and have him kind of talk about that. We're going to have a meeting today at 1 o'clock, staff meeting, and so we'll work out final details on that. So cruise night is coming on Thursday, 5 until 7, and the Dairy Queen in Broken Bow, the DQ, are selling their ice cream cones for just 25 cents.
Wow.
Awesome. Plus some great meal deals and some deals on blizzards too. So don't miss it. So if you're out cruising and you're thinking, well, got the whole family with me, why don't we just pull in and do it like we did in the good old days and everybody get an ice cream cone and it'll only cost you 25 cents.
There you go.
Or pick up one of those deals on the meals and some blizzards too at the Dairy Queen Thursday from 5 until 7 p.m.
All right.
9:19 is your time. We're playing oldie country today, and the time bracket is 65 to 1969. Another Merle Haggard tune for you. Mama Tried. Some country blues for you from the 1960s. I walk alone, but I don't. I walk with Brent Apperson every day here on The Breakfast Show and the whole team here at KCNI, KBBN, and all the communities in this area. We walk with you every day and enjoy it very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Well said. Do you struggle with your hearing and or worry about missing out on conversations with family and friends at gatherings? Well, if so, we encourage you to stop in to see Roxanne with the Nebraska Land Hearing Center. She can help. Local dependable service right here in Broken Bow, offering extended discounts for new and returning patients for just staying local, and pricing available to fit all budgets. We say this a lot, but don't let the fear of, what might this cost me, deter you from getting your hearing checked. No need to travel outside of the area. Roxanne sells the top technology available in the world right here in Broken Bow, and you get that great follow-up, good local service to go along with. So give Roxanne a call today to get your appointment set. It's 308-384-3852. 308-384-3852. The Nebraska Land Hearing Center. You'll find their office building in the Broken Bow Chamber Building in downtown Broken Bow.
Oh, my. I always wondered about this. I think we played this one time on The Breakfast Show, and I remember when I don't remember whether my sister and I got it together or just one of us got it for Christmas. Sometimes you'd get a record album, and it would be for both of you. And
oh, yeah.
But Bobby Goldsboro.
Oh, yeah?
In the 1960s, came out with the song Honey. And it was the most sappy, sad, terribly depressing song that you could hear.
Was it... it was kind of a crossover hit, wasn't it?
It must have been.
I mean, I think it was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was on all kinds of charts, if I remember correctly. Of course, I wasn't around then.
Yeah.
But I kind of remember the song. It seems like it was a crossover hit.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
Because this particular group of songs is classic country, and it's listed on it.
Uh-huh.
So he made it on both charts. But it was, it was about a child dying, I believe. And honey, it was just.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play it.
Oh, I was going to say, are you going to play that one to end the show?
No. But I do remember listening to it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
All right, folks, if you're traveling out this way, west of town on Highway 2, you probably already know that you're going to be stopped along the way for one-lane traffic, and I can look out the window and I see a semi-truck, side dump truck with the tarp on coming through at a very slow pace. And it changes, as we mentioned with Jack this morning, depends on where they're dumping that dirt along the road as to where they're working at, where the one lane will be. So please drive carefully when you come out this way.
Yep.
Any last thoughts on your mind?
No, I don't. Well, we can tell you that we've, or I have started contacting some of our area coaches. And
I heard that.
We're playing back some of those. We're kind of calling it our fall sports preview. So we've been able to make contact with some of our area coaches and those we've been able to visit with. We're playing those back for you now during our main sportscasts. Today we're featuring Ansley Litchfield head football coach Kurt Kolhanek. So we'll have his interview for you running at noon and 5 today on our sports reports.
All right, very good. Thank you, Brent.
Yeah.
We are going to close with a classic, of course.